Alcohol doesn't ruin your life. It isn't bad for you and doesn't hurt your liver even one bit. Yeah, it's all good. I know you can't hear it because the mic isn't even directional, but that's okay. You can still hear what.
And that's the cold open. I'm using that at the beginning of the episode, fool. You thought you were performing quietly? Guess what, bitch? I'm using all of this motherfucking
That's
shit.
your new theme song for the show.
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
We made it. Cheers real quick.
Bling.
What are we drinking here? What are you guys drinking?
Mezcal and grapefruit, simply grapefruit. The
Okay,
grapefruit thing was C Squared's idea. I was just drinking it straight, but
What do you got in yours, Carlos?
It's San Pellegrino and grapefruit juice and ice made with tap water, which is really not preferable when you have sparkling water from Italy, but, that's okay. Just one kind of, drop ball on the, regard of the production staff for the show. But, that's okay. I'll deal with it. It's fine. Let's just keep moving.
Carlos, you seem like the type of guy that when you go to gigs, your rider is actually kind of excessive.
Well, not really if you're considering that I make art and, art is precious to the world and we should, just kind of try and do whatever we can for artists, but some people, people who run this show, people who are on this show, they might not like understand that type of thing because they don't really get art, and that's okay. Like we all have our thing.
If you get to that level of stardom, what would actually be on your rider? What would you guys want?
Just some common decency.
yeah, I agree with that. Some common decency.
You'd write that there? You would write it on your rider?
Absolutely.
Common decency.
And I would have a team that I hire that would cost more than all the other items on the rider, and the team's job would just be to monitor the levels of decency in the venue and surrounding areas and make sure that they are up to my standards.
Okay. That sounds very douchey of you. And I would not, as much as I love...
Look who's talking. I mean, damn.
You know what? Let's slow the hell down because we are finally recording. I've been setting up for about an hour. And I just want to say happy motherfucking birthday to some of my best friends in the world. So welcome to another episode of ICBTB's Highly Irrelevant. Today I'm joined by two very special guests, people that I've known for over a decade now and that I've performed with and done some music with. We have on the couch here in North Lake Tahoe for their birthday. We have Greg Sunga and Carlos Castellblanch in the motherfucking living room. What is up, guys? How you guys doing?
What's popping?
Yeah, it's about time I was recognized. Thank you.
Wow, man, those are those actually your glasses?
They are. Yes, I don't know why you would think they aren't. But
I-
it's whatever.
Dirty, dude. You should have cleaned them before. He's got some nice cameras. Going to pick up your fingerprint. They're going to be able to clone you or something.
Are there actually fingerprints on his glasses right now?
Yeah, I can see him.
You don't? Does that not bother you?
I mean, of course
can't
not.
see you.
If they're the fingerprints of an artist or a genius, then obviously they would be decorations that would enhance the overall aesthetic of the glasses, which I don't know anyone who knows anything would know, but it's all good.
You are.
It's all good.
Have you dealt with like difficult people that actually act like the way that you're acting right now?
Yeah.
Legit. Say their names. Say their names. I'm kidding. Don't.
Yeah, right? That seems rude.
I've never really dealt with any divas. Have you guys dealt with like divas or like people like that?
A couple times, yeah.
Some people, are like allowed to act like that maybe, and you don't even get mad because they're so great, but I haven't met anyone like that. I just think there are people like that.
How much can we forgive someone's difficulty of working with them for their talent? Like, how talented does someone have to be?
That was a good question.
It's a direct, kind of graph, right? Like, on the x-axis, you have how talented they are. On the y-axis, you have how much of an asshole they can act like. And it kind of just
so depending.
45-degree angle.
It has to be, so it's very specific.
Like,
Yeah, you know, like you're
like
more
some
talented. You get
Carlos-
to act like just a little bit more of an asshole.
not this Carlos, but like on some Carlos Santana type stuff. Because there's like people he's really in with, and there's people he's really not in with.
Is he known to be an asshole?
Yes.
No, I don't
Yes.
think so. For real,
From what I've heard,
I'll take no slander about anyone named Carlos. So shoot.
I'm sure he's a great guy, but I've heard some interesting stories. Again, from working at Fantasy for 3 years and sitting in on some sessions with people that have worked alongside Carlos Santana.
Way to name drop, Greg.
Boom.
Or when you hear stories like that about
Carlos Santana.
Kaboom!
Hope the YouTube algorithm picks that one up.
Facts.
if we just keep saying the name, if we just keep saying celebrities' names in like popular terms and what's a bunch of
Yeah.
clickbaity stuff,
Yeah.
then the robot algorithms of YouTube will pick this up.
I could just totally tell the story that I heard in the studio because it was like, it could be like a game of telephone almost, but.
Well, let's hear it. Yeah, what'd you hear about
Okay,
Carlos Santana?
This is what I heard. That he had a guy touring with him and his daughter got really sick. And then he was like, yo, I got to go home. They had like some down days between shows. And he said, I got to go home to see my daughter. And then Carlos Santana goes, well, if you leave, you can't come back.
Wow.
Yeah. And this
man.
was like a guy that had played with him for a while. It wasn't just like his first year. But yeah.
And you think they would like
Seems
build that
messed up.
kind of like rapport and respect? We're like, yeah, of course you could take a day off to go see some family.
Yeah. But at the same time, if you're at that level of stardom, like you can make those decisions.
I mean, I hear shit like that about like Ben Stiller. I've heard that Ben Stiller, and I love Ben Stiller's movies, but I hear he's an asshole. Like someone that a good friend of ours, his brother is a movie critic and had the opportunity to meet Ben Stiller. And apparently Ben Stiller told him like, yo, what's this guy doing here? Get him out of this room. Right? And when you get to that level of stardom, I guess you could be that douchey. Or I hear the same thing about Seth Rogen or Will Ferrell. But what do you think that probably these are just like rare instances that,
I think it's due to their experience.
yeah.
You know, like they're human too, and they've probably dealt with things that led to circumstances that they're trying to avoid again. You know, like, all right, you're my guitar player, like for my band, but you got to go home. I'm sorry, like we're on a freaking tour right now. You can't be doing your thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to replace you, but you know, it probably there's levels to that shit, right? Like, so like Ben Stiller saying like, who is this? Get him out of here. To somebody that he doesn't know, like that's probably just like you got to be in the group to be in this room, right? And
I guess so.
Like I said, there's levels to it because like I wouldn't say that to somebody.
I would never say that to somebody.
Yeah, at least yet.
So you're saying if you get to that level of
I'm saying
celebrity,
there's levels to it, man. And like I'm saying, like everybody's human at the end of the day, so there's a reason for that type of reaction.
I just know that I'm not pleasant all of the time. And let's say if I was a celebrity and the paparazzi or the public eye were to catch me at one of my worst moments, like today we were kicking it. I'm taking care of a dog that gave me kind of a difficult time and I was kind of cranky this morning. And if the public eye had caught wind of that, then that could spread like wildfire, right? Christian,
That's a good point.
guy who's known to be super duper friendly, gets upset about dog pooping his fur. And it's just like, oh, my life is ruined after that.
It should be. You're an asshole.
Carlos, this entire time, ever since I turned on the mics and the cameras, you flipped the switch where you became like the douchiest version of yourself.
For real. Yo, remember that time like
The
this
longest bit.
There was like this one point in time where we would just yell at each other. We would say like the most vulgar shit to each other. And I remember there came this point, we were actually at Christian's house where we were just like going back and forth at it. And then we were like, yo, I think we should stop doing this. Cause like we would say some crazy shit. Like you know what I'm talking about? Like,
Yeah, I know exactly what you're
Do
talking
we have
about.
examples that we could
yeah,
say?
go ahead,
on
C
mic?
Square, give it to us.
What would you say to us?
I am not going to give any, but I also think that there's no reason to shy away from those things necessarily.
True.
But yeah, it's like of course everything is better in moderation.
We'd be on some like, you're so fucking that when you and it turns, you go in reverse.
What? I I don't think that was very, very close.
It was a little more vulgar than
Yeah, that wasn't quite representative of.
But still,
what
mean
was
stuff
said.
nonetheless,
Yeah,
right?
tough, powerful
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Well, I think if you could
know.
build a friendship with a foundation where you could kind of like talk shit to each other.
Yeah.
Because it'd be super weird if we were only nice to each other. I feel like then we wouldn't trust each other. Do you connect with that?
I do, and like
to think
you should
about
just
that one,
always
yeah.
have people be nice to you because you're such a nice person, man. Both of you guys.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't trust you when you're like this.
Switch is flipped again.
I just say if Carlos isn't talking shit, then something's wrong.
That's true. But there's no need when like your friends are just like, this honorable and well spoken and respectful, So it's just the name of the game.
You're so cool. I want to be like you when I grow up.
Well,
Here's the
thank you, man.
sunglasses, bro.
Likewise, bro. You know.
Here's my theory. C-Square can't see right now because he's wearing his shades unless they're prescription. And if they're not, he's just like, I'm gonna talk it up right now.
Are you blind as shit right now?
They're a prescription that's old, so not really.
The sunglasses
I
are
can't
prescribed.
see shit.
I can't see quite as well as I can with my regular glasses. But yes, they
C-Square's
are
just talking
prescription.
to blobs right now.
Yeah, what do we look like to you at the moment?
Yeah, what does Christian look like?
This is a loaded question.
How is that a loaded question? What do I look like,
I don't
dude?
know. Yeah, you chilling?
Man, okay, for
Christian's chilling, y'all.
that's a it
I
was
mean,
a
yeah, you
visual
look like
question.
okay. Visually, yes. It's like a camera. It's like a camera stand, a tripod.
You're
that
right.
has an eye on one side, and then a drink coming out of the hand. And even though it's not supposed to have a hand because it's a tripod, I don't know, bro.
You sound
you okay?
ridiculous, man. You sound like you're tripping on acid.
No. It's been a long day, to be honest with you. I'm
It has
quite
been a long
tired.
day. Let's
And,
tell the listeners what we did today. So, like, once again, it is these two guys' birthdays. You guys have your birthdays back to back.
Yep.
And Greg, you got us an Airbnb to chill at for the week. And today we got on a boat and we chilled on a boat like a bunch of hooligans.
Yeah, straight up.
And even got a jet ski. So
Jet
it has been
ski.
a long day.
Yeah, we had inner tube also. The inner tube was fun.
Carlos, was that your first time jet skiing?
It was my first time jet skiing.
Nice.
You know, I was going to put money down that you were going to flip it over. You were going to be the first one to flip it over.
We
today.
almost did. Yo. All right, story time. We were in Emerald Bay, and then C-Square decided to swim to the rock, and the boat ended up drifting away. So he had like a long way to swim back, and I was on the jet ski. And then I get back to the boat, and I'm like, well, C-Squared's not on the boat. Where the hell is C-Squared? And I look over, and I see like his head floating in the water, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I go with the jet ski, go over to him, and then we try to get him on the jet ski. He ends up trying to climb on the left side, and it
Yeah.
pulled the jet ski over. So like I fell into the water.
Yeah. And he still got on the jet ski, right?
He was able
The
to get
jet
on
ski didn't flip. It
did not
Just
flip.
went, to the side enough that it threw Greg off of it. Which
Yeah.
was my
Interesting
fault.
course of actions that you took to go pee because you were saying,
I didn't even share that he was going pee. But
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Kind of
You
didn't
can-
need
you can
to.
cut
But
that part
Christian's
out.
the investigative reporter trying to get the hot scoop.
Right now,
I got
you,
it.
bro.
We're all just stories to you. aren't we, Christian?
I'm just-
island to
pee.
I'm trying to bring balance back to the universe because you start off this episode super like Kanye. Yeah, just like super short
genius.
answers. Okay, so I'm going to say you were like, we were on the boat that we could drive. And you said, I'm going to go pee. And I was like, you're going to go pee in the water? You're like, no, I'm going to go swim to land and I'm going to go pee. We're like, okay. So you go swim to land. We don't see you for about 15, 20 minutes. Starting to get a little worried. Until we start hearing at you. What did you said? Can you drive on over to me? Right?
That doesn't sound like something I would say.
Oh, my bad. Let me change it up. Yo, hey, yo. Yo.
Hey, yo, blood.
Yo, blood. If it's chill with y'all, can you drive over with me?
That also that doesn't sound at all like me.
And then luckily,
It's all good, though.
Greg came through on the jet ski and then swooped you.
After falling in the water, yeah. And then C-Squared learned that it has a step. Like the jet ski has a
jet ski's
retractable
got a
step.
step on the back.
Yeah.
You learned a lot. Did you feel the power of the jet ski?
Sure.
Yes.
Is that why you're acting so cool today? Because you had so much power?
Yeah. Yeah, it's something like that.
I don't know about
it's a
you, but-
transformative experience.
Were you like screaming at the top of your lungs while you were doing it?
I did a couple times.
I was
yes.
definitely screaming at the top
yeah,
of my
you kind of
lungs.
have to.
I think in retrospect, I wish I'd tried tubing because you made it look really fun, Carlos.
Tubing was crazy.
I have a video of it. We'll put it up on the episode.
Yeah, right here.
Yo,
Christian,
Carlos.
you're a guy, and we're on the show.
Whoa,
And,
whoa, whoa! Did
that's
you even
happening.
ask him if he identifies that way?
You didn't ask me what my pronouns are. Greg,
I
thank
feel
you very
like
much.
if you
Carlos,
Come
very
on.
offensive.
I would assume they're he, him, but you could correct me if I'm wrong. What are your pronouns?
I will correct you if you're wrong.
Yeah.
I identify
They them.
as a piece of furniture.
Oh, facts.
Ooh.
Which one?
Depends on the day. So today I feel like a granite countertop.
Christian, honestly, I think you're
That's not a piece of furniture.
trivializing the whole idea of pronouns when in reality for some people it's a really, strong thing for their identity for themselves and helps them feel secure in a world where often they don't get to. So you just kind of making jokes about furniture, really not cool.
Damn, dude. It's called the bit. Are you going to cancel me right now?
Nah.
Wow. Half of the stuff you said earlier
how I
today
feel.
is cancelable.
Not. I don't
You're
believe
stacking
so.
a list against yourself.
Yeah, that's why you're drinking. They say psychologically speaking, when someone drinks a lot of liquids, they're getting nervous, and you're getting nervous.
Ooh, should I drink?
Oh, because we're all nervous. Cheers to your birthdays. I'm sorry, I'm being a little hostile with you, Carlos.
No, but that's good.
Well, okay, I am what you call an assimilist. Is that the proper noun? Assimilator.
Assimilist.
Yeah, it sounds like a real word.
So whatever, when someone gangs up on the other person, I'm joining that person.
Feel you.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's easier that way.
Turn up.
However, I'll easily defend myself if you two ever like try to get at this. If you guys want a piece of this.
Yeah, let's talk about how dark your legs are, dude. How about that?
It's not even on camera. I think my legs are dark because it's the hair on it is
See, that's what I was
providing a
saying.
tint, right?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, but Ceci, your girlfriend was just saying,
Yeah.
Christian, your legs have gone
Well,
dark."
they did look dark when I looked at them. I was like, but how would they be dark? Like that dark? It's not like you'd be rocking shorts every day.
No. And like my face, I think, would get darker faster than my legs.
Yeah.
It would
it's
find
the
more
hair.
exposure to the sun. I don't know. I think it's weird.
Or you've been going to tanning salons.
Just for the legs.
Yeah, facts.
Here for that
Tanning
leg
pants.
session.
Can you imagine going to the tanning salon and like having that kind of like restriction?
No.
No.
Cool. I'm
I
glad.
don't even want to think of myself going to a tanning salon. That's good.
Mm,
I think it was it Final Destination? The girl like dies in the fucking.
She gets caught up in there. She gets locked in there,
Ooh, that was enough for me.
and her skin
She
bubbles.
got the little goggles on.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys?
I would rock those goggles, but I would not go inside the fucking tanning salon.
You would rock those goggles like just in public?
Yeah, that'd be actually like maybe cool to wear during like a show.
I think
It'd be like on some different shit.
you being a drummer, you have almost full. I think the drummer more so than any other piece of a band has more free reign in regards to fashion. You could do almost whatever the fuck you want.
I'll have to think about that one.
What do you think? What say you, Carlos?
complete bullshit.
All right, expand on that, man. If you're gonna just go against the grain.
That may have been a little harsh. However, I do disagree respectfully.
All right.
Respectfully.
Yeah, it's like it's a lot of different instruments, a lot of different types of people. And then sometimes the type of person doesn't really match up with the type of instrument.
Like mono
And
neon.
sometimes the type of style that a person has done even match up with the type of person that they are. So, it's just like there's it's like, kind of like you're trying to like do like an astrology thing. It's like, oh, because of this one unrelated thing, then this other thing over here must also be the way it is. And you also can call that stereotyping.
Who are you to be able to judge another person's? Isn't this a subjective thing? I'm just trying to
And
fight.
so you're saying subjectively you think bass players all dress a certain way.
Do you know who mono neon is, Christian?
No, I have no clue. I thought you were saying mono neon. That
All
was
right,
like a
this is
color
the-
scheme.
This is the part in the show where you put a picture of him up right here.
All right, mono neon.
And yeah, you gotta just look up mono neon. You'll understand.
Okay.
I think Yeah, best.
They'll
fashion
all
post.
understand.
Everyone will. And then you should listen to his music too, because it's not just you're gonna see what he looks like, but then you gotta listen to the music.
Yeah, we could do shouts out to like things.
Yeah.
do it, bro.
Yo, shouts out to Mono Neon.
Big time.
Big
Mono
time.
neon, mono neon, mono
All
neon.
day.
Sounds like
Help that algorithm.
Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana. Not Carlos Castellblanch. Actually, when I put out this episode, in the title, it'll be like birthday episode featuring Greg Sunga, not Carlos Castellblanch, because that'll cancel out the algorithms that I want for viewership.
You should just say featuring all the people that
Was
we
that
name
all the
dropped today.
title?
What?
Was that whole thing that you just said the title?
Man, you're being a smart ass tonight.
Sorry, bro.
It's okay, dude. I'm kidding. But I'm going to fight fire with fire.
That's when the camera turns on for C grade.
He's like, you know how it is.
Let me just unplug
Reminds
his
me of
mic
my
real quick.
days on the Real Time with Bill Maher. When I was a guest on that show,
Oh, you were
they
a
would
guest?
often have me comment, on like the political goings on of the day, and I was just like the best at it. So now I'm here on Christian's show. It's like an easier thing.
Oh, it's an easier thing. It's more lax. It's because I make you feel more comfortable than Bill Maher.
Yeah,
Carlos,
yeah.
if we may, can we ask you about your childhood and your upbringing and why you're the type of person you are now? Because going off of the flow of this episode, it seems that you don't have a grounded sense of self-identity.
Yo. Should
Yeah.
let me finish my drink, man.
Yeah.
Yowzers, bro.
It's because, I don't know. Yeah, I wanted to say something dark, but I don't like to joke about
Say
anything.
something dark. I'll
Well, I
cut it
couldn't
out
actually
after.
think of it. I
When
just was
slicking
like,
the
oh, it'd be, funny and with the tone here. Nah, bro, I don't know. I'm just like kicking it,
Every time we've asked you a question, you've answered it with a very ambiguous, like, you look like you chilling. You kicking it. So that the question was in regards to your childhood.
Oh, my childhood? Was there something that... Oh, well, but then you it sounded like you were making a crack at me by saying that I don't have a grounded sense of self.
No, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. You definitely have a grounded sense of self-identity.
Yeah.
Your name's Carlos,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, my name is Carlos.
Yeah.
Even though your real names are
Carlos Santana. Carlos.
Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana.
It's a new Migos song.
Carlos Santana.
Oh, yeah.
Carlos Santana. Carlos Santana.
Dude,
That's the
hell
same
yeah.
amount of syllables as Hannah Montana. So
Yeah.
Topic
Part 2.
successfully changed.
Wow. You don't want to talk about your childhood?
No,
Is
we
that just
can.
like-
I don't care. I don't know. It's just like your question is quite general. What do you want to know, Christian?
I don't know. You tell me specifically. Was it like, okay, let's talk about music, man. Where do you think you'd be in life if it wasn't music? If you weren't a piano player, if you weren't a jazz piano player, then what would you be? What do you think Carlos would be doing?
He would have worked at Radio Shack, and then that shit got shut down. And he would have went to Fry's, and then that shit got shut down.
So
And then he would have ended up at the movie theaters. Because
It's an interesting theory.
you would have grown to love movies and want to be the guy
Greg
that just
seems to
changes the
think that
posters.
without music, I wouldn't be very successful.
Hey, you could be successful replacing the posters at a movie theater. You
Only to a certain degree.
can make a lot of nice relationships.
yeah,
with,
no,
like,
I
the
think
moviegoers.
If I hadn't been
popcorn.
doing music, I would be the head of a pharmaceutical company.
interesting.
Yeah.
The head.
Yeah, the head.
Big pharma. Ooh,
Yeah,
big, pharma, bad.
And yeah, I would market drugs at prices that are like 1,000 times higher than what they're actually supposed to be, and make it as hard as possible for the people who actually need them to get them, unless they're very wealthy.
Ah.
No,
So basically, what is already happening? you
yeah,
would've
right. No,
been
it's,
doing.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just a little PSA, y'all. But no, I definitely wouldn't be the head of it.
C Square would have been like
Pharmaceutical
a
company.
civil rights activist. Like,
Yeah, that could work.
I could
Yeah.
imagine that.
Yeah.
Either
he'd
that.
be like leading like rallies.
But they'd be super chill rally.
Yeah.
We all just watch Rick and Morty or Family Guy or something.
No.
And then
Opening-
protest after. Yeah.
And then end it with some Family Guy.
Yeah.
You'd be at the head of the rally with like a picket sign that just says, "We kicking it," and then people would be like, Yo,
Yeah, let's go kick it.
Carlos, what's your cause? Nothing much, man. We chilling.
Yeah. You have a specific impression of me, it seems like. I would like to hear Christian's best Carlos impression. For real, for real.
All right. Yo, man, it's like I know what I was saying at first, but it seemed like it was judgmental. But really, the way that I had posed my statement prior, predisposed is just that.
He seems to think I'm a thesaurus or something.
It's just that means that you a little bitch. It's
All right.
it's
That's pretty good, bro.
It's
Well,
not
that's pretty good.
I think you're a very intelligent, articulate guy.
Oh, thank you.
With sprinkles of
What? I'm ready. What's up, bro?
No, it's not even a jab, dude. But now that I've been like framed in this position where I don't know, where it seems like you're ready to go. I'm trying to answer this truthfully. So yeah, you're a very articulate individual with
Sprinkles of
slang. It was just sprinkles
of slang.
He said,
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. You just chilling.
Carlos, you seem very smart and articulate, but sometimes you use words from a lexicon that is deemed less smart and articulate.
I got a
Because
game.
of that, there seems to me a mismatch between your intelligence and some of the ways that you talk.
C-squared, I got a game for you, bro. So it'll be like
Sorry, bro. I don't need to go so hard.
you're gonna
Obviously,
answer.
this is all
You're gonna
fun.
act as if you're answering the door.
Okay.
For the different people that we
Okay.
say will be there.
All
So
right.
all right.
See,
The first one's the mailman.
Okay.
Ding dong.
Hey.
Oh shit! That sounds like the beginning of a gay porno, dude. Hey, hey.
I was just trying to do an unmute like, hey, but yeah, it didn't. Then it was not. I mean, okay, so the mailman?
Yeah.
Right. And then
Ding dong.
Oh. Yo.
Yeah, I got your package. What's up, man?
Whatever. Fuck out my face, bro.
Okay.
Male woman.
Ooh, male woman. Ding dong.
Oh, hey, person who I regard exactly the same as the other person who came and delivered my mail the other day. Thanks for bringing the mail. I appreciate you. I know sometimes it's hard out there, but you keep doing what you're doing, and yeah.
Thanks. I take tips too. Jehovah's Witness. Ding dong.
There's two of us because they travel in packs.
Recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
Do they say that? Not the Pledge of Allegiance.
Has nothing to do. Although Greg is bringing up the very good, issue of church and separation of church and state with the saying of under God. And
Under
the Pledge of
God.
Allegiance. But we don't need to go there unless Christian wants to. But
Okay.
it seems like that'd be too political.
Two Mormon brothers. Ding
Oh,
dong.
two Mormon brothers.
Hey,
yo,
we're brothers.
That's good for you, man.
Hey man, nice bike.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
Have you heard the news?
The word?
Have you heard the word?
No, what's the word?
Well, I mean, can we have a moment of your time?
I mean, yeah, but you can't come in. But I respect you still.
And I respect your clear communication of your physical boundaries.
Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
The weed man. Ding dong.
Who's the wait? Who's the weed man? What?
Back in the day when you had to have the plug.
Oh, during weed prohibition, yeah.
Yeah.
Ding dong.
I don't know. Everything is the same.
Yo.
You got yo to every person. Okay.
But realistically,
uncovered
the weed man wouldn't ding dong. The weed man would send you a text saying, "Yo, I'm outside."
True. Or you would go meet the
Wow.
weed man. Yeah.
Christian, you know this specifically well. It seems.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've never smoked a weed in my life.
Oh yeah.
Never in my life.
I've never done weed.
That's good,
Thanks, dude. I appreciate you
man.
positively reinforcing
Oh, for sure.
these actions and decisions
here.
that I've made.
Yeah. Numbers.
Carlos, do we offend you?
No. Yeah, I'm chilling, bro.
Okay, good. No, you have very. I do have to applaud that everyone in our friend group typically has like pretty thick skin about getting getting burned. You got to get ready for the heat.
Except for you.
Except for, well, I would say arguably I am one of the weaker links in our friend group where like, yeah, I'm a little more I grew up more sensitively than you guys. Because I grew up fat, and not that you guys would punk me, but like I think the only people that I allowed to make fun of my physical appearance was you guys, and then outside of that friend group, I would actually get a little upset.
Would Alan Boo have ever made fun of your physical appearance?
No,
Never.
Never once, right?
no.
This is another
A and
shout
Alan
out
is for Angel.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Alan Boo.
Yeah.
Alan, I don't think you've
fucking
ever really
gentleman.
dissed any of us with any
Yeah,
seriousness.
and I'll tell you this.
That's applaudable.
Alan Boo is about to be like, he's going to get like a wife that's just like,
Gorgeous.
that's what you think of. He's just going to be blessed. I already know.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
You're
we're going to look at
prophesizing.
Alan and just be like, damn, he really did that because he fucking deserved it.
Well, Alan's been the kid that has had abs since middle
Yeah,
school.
yeah, way longer.
And he's looked the same
Much
since
longer
middle
than
school
anyone
too.
else.
So
Yeah, he
Yeah.
really. His skin has been the same. His personality and like kindness has been the same, and his metabolism has been the same.
and now he's just a fucking computer engineer, ladies. So
Baddies, what is up?
What is down?
What is left and right? It doesn't matter. We have merch still, and you could get it where, Alejandro?
ICBTB.com.
That's right. Check out our website for all of your merch needs and everything else that you want.
No promo code needed. You get to pay 100%.
Yeah, unless you probably know us personally, then we can negotiate something.
You just text us on our personal lines.
Yeah, at that point, then we'll figure something out. If you're local, we'll drive it to you. If you're not, then you're going to pay for shipping.
Have you heard of FedEx, bitch?
That's right. We love you. Enjoy the episode. Bye.
Mahushka Hargitay.
Carlos, how come you don't go by... How come you go by Carlos?
That's a good question, Christian. It's
dang,
my,
you gotta in the podcast, you gotta like beep.
Bleep it out?
Yeah.
The whole reasoning as to why it is?
No, you gotta bleep out his government name, so now the baddies don't know. So you just keep doing that. You just keep
you
dropping the
anonymous.
real name, but bleep it out every time.
Yeah, well, the name Ramon is my dad's name as well, and I'm actually Ramon the Sixth, so there's 6 of them. So
6?
yeah, and I'm the last one. So because of that, my dad's the one who gets to get called that in the house, and I was called Carlos too, because it's a little more dope.
Will you name your kid Ramon?
Depends. I mean, it's a conversation
The
that needs to
7th?
be had.
Ramon the 7th?
It would be logical,
It makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely
Ramon
makes
the
sense.
7th,
but
bro. The
it's not a
7th.
requirement.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Do you think the stakes get higher and there's just higher pressure for when the more Ramones that keep getting added to your family? Like the pressure, like, do I have to name my son Ramon?
Probably, but I'm not feeling it because just
Times have changed.
Do you feel that pressure?
No.
Do you want kids?
Yeah, I do want kids.
How many?
Damn.
Probably 2. I'd say at least 2, no more than 4. Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna make them play instruments?
Yeah, but not like make. I'm gonna like put instruments all around them, and then when their like childlike sense of curiosity leads them to the instrument, even just to play with it for a little bit, I'll be like, "Oh, look, shit, see that? There he is. Let's go."
I did
This
it for
is a
it.
Moog synthesizer, son.
I'm glad you walked up to this.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how. I'll
What
do
would
it
your
to them.
preference of instrument be for your kids to play?
Okay, scratch what I said before. 17 kids.
A full band?
Full
Make a
big
big
band.
band.
Yeah.
Nice.
Full big
Yeah,
band,
straight
dude.
up. No vocalists.
None?
There we go.
You wouldn't have all 17 be just like your entire
Well,
gospel choir?
separately, yeah, you're right. They'll all be a
Big
gospel
band and
choir.
a gospel choir. That's
Yeah.
kinda
But
fancy.
yeah, but they're like not doing like jazz, like they're not Gretchen Parlato.
you could definitely
Shouts
get
out to Gretchen Parlato though.
Ooh.
Picture. We'll put a picture up of.
good shout out.
Yeah.
You get like a Netflix show with that type of family, bro.
You would. I would feel so bad for your future wife, though. If you,
Why, Christian?
Because bearing 17 humans, going through 3 trimesters per human in 9 months. Actually, that was so inconsiderate that you had to ask why.
Maybe like 3 of them are triplets, and then like
that's 9 out the way.
Or whatever
The
her
rest.
like
it's like 7
preferred
pregnancies.
frequency of pregnancy is, will fill in the rest with adoptions like every like, I don't know, month or so. So it like gets done in like a couple years. I'll have my big band already of adopted kids.
The C Squared All
We're gonna
Stars.
record a bunch of albums. And,
All name Ramon, even if they're girls. Ramonas.
nah, no.
C Squared's 12 o'clock big band.
You know the fastest way for you to achieve this big band? Have you seen the documentary on Netflix called The Father?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
you could
have.
do that.
Very creepy. Not going to do it. Disgusting that
You would have so
suggest
many kids though, and then like they could find you later, and you're gonna be like, "Children, you all have the blood of Carlos in you," meaning that you are all
Yeah.
genetically,
Nah,
musically talented.
I don't want my name associated with this joke even. So
Wow.
yeah.
Carlos Santana, Carlos Santana,
Carlos Santana, Carlos Santana.
Yep.
You guys do realize before we do end this episode, we are gonna do an improv scene of some sort.
Yeah, we could do that.
Carlos, what's your background of improv?
There's that one episode of Family Guy where they make improv and then it like doesn't succeed.
Yeah, that's typically how it is.
Yeah, I have seen that a bunch of times. And
What-
I've also seen you do improv, and that's it.
What goes on through your guys' mind when you guys have to like improv like a drum solo or like a piano solo? And I'm trying to see if I could connect the dots between like how I improvise and how
Why you
guys
think we're
improvise.
too stupid to understand how to do improv without a musical analogy?
No, I just think I'm trying to be a considerate friend and try to find a connection between 2 different art forms that we dabble in.
Well, that's really nice of you, and I appreciate it. See, now I'm doing them both like within the span of like 10 seconds.
Yeah, you're switching off very frequently. Hence why I don't think that you have a good solid sense of your identity. I think that the way you're acting is actually cathartic of your insecurities.
Well, had you gotten a psych degree, I would have trusted that.
Are you insecure? You're very confident, right?
For the most part, not with everything, but you know, I do my best, and I will put on a confident front, even if I'm not, and probably no one else can tell the difference. So,
Fake it till you make it.
yeah.
Do you think playing piano has given you a good portion of your confidence that you carry around today?
No.
No. How about your drum playing?
Given me a good portion of my confidence? No.
You've just always
Well,
been
maybe
confident.
like in the performing aspect, like to perform in front of people, like that instills a form of confidence, but I guess that's how I would tie it back to drumming, but that's it.
Would you guys ever want to do weddings again?
Yeah, bro, get the money.
Yeah,
remember
but
when we did that?
We only
Son,
doing
yeah.
weddings if we do 10G minimum.
Oh, that's the criteria.
For all wedding band promoters or band
10G.
organizers out there, I will say that my current price is more like $500 or $600. So, just saying.
You individually?
Oh yeah, for sure. For
Okay.
a wedding, yeah.
That makes sense.
For the band, if it was just a trio and it was like a good restaurant gig, $500. I would do it if it was easy to get to.
500 for yourself alone, or 500
No,
for the entire band.
If it was like easy to get to and we were all gonna have a good time
Okay.
and no one had to stress about it too much, yeah.
Well, what are your guys' favorite types of gigs?
Private orgies, a la
Yeah.
the movie Eyes Wide Shut by Stanley Kubrick.
Damn.
What? The last 2, you said orgies, and then the last 2 you said Allah, and then you said
A la carte.
oh.
Yeah, well, a la meaning, like similar to.
Oh, I
the
see
way
what
that
you're
it
saying.
happened. Do you know
In
that movie Eyes Wide Shut? You ever seen that?
Stanley Kubrick.
Y'all never covered that on your show that you got about movies and shit.
Yeah, but we do bad movies, and if it's a Stanley Kubrick,
Yeah, it's really
Like,
good,
it-
but it's
it's
also
really
weird
good.
as fuck. So it could go on
Yeah.
the movie, but it could go on the podcast. But it's all good, bro.
so orgies. Can you imagine having a gig at an orgy?
Well, not like just any orgy. Like it'd have to be this like classy ass one in like a huge mansion with like everyone wearing masks and stuff, and like
That's super
the
weird.
sex isn't happening like everywhere and stuff. In
Super
fact, we'd
weird.
probably just be
This
like
is-
kicking it in this one like lounge area where like everyone's just having drinks like kind of chilling, mid, orgy. But not actually like,
Taking a break.
Yeah, taking
It's
a
the break room.
The entire
having a
time Greg's
smoke
playing the
and
Pornhub
shit.
drum fill.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep.
And you would partake in that orgy, yeah?
No, it's just like it'd be a well-paid gig, and it'd be like a cool scene. It'd be like, whoa.
500 is kind of low, bro.
Oh no, not that
For
gig.
that, for a $500 orgy, yeah.
Yeah, we had moved on topics, Greg. You gotta understand where we're at. That's kind of what helps.
We
these
started
things
off
go.
with a Thai restaurant when we were doing gigs on that small little stage.
Oh, true.
True.
You remember that? And
Oh yeah.
it was us
Shouts
three
out.
performing. The owner of that restaurant
He's a
hit
really
me
nice
up.
guy.
Very nice guy.
Didn't you give his daughter like piano lessons or something?
And isn't that why we stopped getting those gigs there?
Yeah, because I missed one piano lesson day because we went to Rock the Bells.
You didn't communicate.
That's
Didn't
right. I
communicate
remember
until after. I mean, I did. I hit him back the same day, but I forgot that I was supposed to teach the lesson. So yeah, I always felt bad about that. And Andy, I know your restaurant's going great right now, so wish you all the best success.
How-
And, sorry about that.
How much?
incident again?
How late did you text him after you had missed that rehearsal?
Oh, it was like on the same day. I texted him prior to the time the lesson would have been at, but I was in Mountain View at a hotel with all y'all when I was supposed to be in Vallejo giving a piano lesson in like an hour. So yeah, even though I did let him know prior to the actual time that I wasn't going to be there, it was still not very professional or considerate of me.
That's okay. Yeah. You were young, and you would never do such a thing now.
No, I actually wouldn't. So
Yeah, because I'm sure I don't know. Tell me about like what the gig circuit, like it travels fast. Your reputation, right? Let's say like when you were gigging in New York, your reputation, like
no, it doesn't travel fast at all. It travels very slow.
What?
And you have to play like 100 gigs, over and over again, getting noticed by like maybe one random person every 10 gigs before you really start to make a footprint. And that's why the people who are on everyone's records and stuff are like so good, is because they all had to do that, or a lot of them did.
they have to keep playing and playing and playing and playing.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it takes a long time.
Did you ever get some have you guys ever been insecure about your playing? Because like myself as a singer, I was more confident when I was younger before I was exposed to other vocalists. And then I went to community college and I was like, oh, there's way more singers here. Then I went to Davis. I'm like, oh, there's way more singers here. And as an artist, it's easy to compare yourself to others. And I know that made me insecure in my voice and made me work hard to be better. But I guess it humbled me. Did you guys ever feel like a sense of insecurity when coming across other musicians that you would compare yourselves to?
Never.
Damn. Okay. Well said.
I wouldn't even say it's like insecurity. It's like more of a drive for me, especially with like social media too.
Mm-hmm.
You can just be privy to so much different types of styles, like people playing, and then you grow to follow certain people and take inspiration from them. But yeah, it's always been kind of like a driving factor for me. And yeah, granted, there are some times where you just see someone do their thing and you're like, why the hell am I even doing this?
Yeah.
But I don't think maybe that's some form of insecurity, but it's not like diminishing.
It's temporary. That moment of insecurity, if we were going to call it insecurity, it's very temporary, because after that, I like what you said, it's driving. It drives you to become better, or you're influenced or inspired by it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I know a lot of the singers that I follow on Instagram, or that because you often send me direct messages of people just belting like crazy, man. And I'm like, obviously my first instinct is to be self-deprecating with my humor. And I just be like, oh, fuck me. Why am I even doing this? But then I start studying it. I'm like, okay, this is something and I start trying to copy it. And through that, I've gotten a little bit better than I have been before. And so that makes me better.
Yeah, man.
But you, Carlos, you just think you're the best in the world, and that's just that's it. And we should all just bow down.
No, not at all. I was just saying
Carlos just likes memes about McDonald's.
I do love memes about
So
Taco Bell.
making fun of McDonald's. and Taco Bell.
Are you
But that's another
anti-McDonald's or
story.
something?
No, not really.
What's the name of that
Although I should
Instagram
eat it
page?
less,
Go,
but-
shout out right now. What's the name of that Instagram page?
Oh yeah, okay. Shout out McDonald's. DONDAL''S.
Check it out. Hit
Check
that.
it out.
Check that.
Yeah.
That Instagram account.
Tell them Carlos sent you.
You're telling people, you're telling potential listeners.
If Instagram had top followers,
Yeah.
C Squared would be number one. Like you remember MySpace days is like the
Oh.
top followers.
Most viewed by
McDonald's,
C Squared
C
Beats.
Squared right at the top.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the original question was.
You motherfucker. I asked you, do you think you're the greatest in the world?
No.
Good.
But whoa.
Be humble.
Okay. But here's the thing,
Sit
right?
down.
Like, yeah, people can have more technical skill. And even I think it's fair to say some people are more creative than others. But to say that some person's art is more valid or is better than another's is a very just like it's like doesn't matter, you know, like
Yeah.
you don't need to do those types of comparisons because the pieces of art stand on their own.
I know it's subjective. It's a subjective art form, and it's. But I think the way the human mind is built is that we always are constantly critiquing ourselves unless you're just actually that good and that confident. But see, I have bad self-talk, especially in regards to like my art forms. So I can't help but compare myself, and I'm trying to get better at that.
I just always think like there's levels. Like I said earlier, there's levels to this shit. Right?
Young
Like,
blood.
straight up.
I used to be so scared to like jam with you guys because we would gig and I would be like, oh man, like I feel like I'm dragging you guys down because you guys have this whole language of like of instrumentation. It's been said before, I think I brought it up prior, that vocalists are typically always weaker musicians than instrumentalists, right?
100% true every time.
What is the truth behind that statement? I read the sarcasm, but what's the truth?
There isn't really truth. I mean, it's true that sometimes, the way singers experience music is the same way some rappers experience rap, like where they'll rap along to songs a lot, and then they'll do that more and more, and then they'll rap the raps from the songs without the songs, and then they'll maybe think of their own raps that have similar patterns, or even if they don't think about the songs that they heard before, the fact that they rapped along with songs prepared them to become good rappers. So I think the same is true, like if you sing along the songs a lot of time, or if you're in church choir, one of those two things will then make you a singer without really having to study music theory. And so then because of that, you can become a very good singer without necessarily knowing as much music theory as someone who's a very good piano player.
I
or
appreciate you.
saxophone player.
Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah. Mother.
I appreciate you saying that. It really does. That brings some ease to me because I have that insecurity of like, if there was this one time Carlos hooked me up with this gig with like older jazz cats to perform at this private birthday party.
Yeah, and they try to jack Christian's money. This is local politics, so I will not name any of the musicians
I think I know
involved,
who they are,
but
though.
I will say, Greg knows who they are. I will say that this is a saxophone player who I know and respect, and who
Got really nice hair.
what? Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
What's his height? And where does he work?
Anyways, yeah, and then he screwed Christian out of some money, to that musician, the fuck. But, yeah, it's all good though.
Yeah, for some context, like you would hit me up, you were saying like, hey, I personally can't make it to this gig, but there's a gig available and they need like a vocalist with next week. Send me X amount of jazz standards in whatever key. And with that, I was like, okay, I'm down. And so obviously I'm nervous. I don't know these people. They're way older, way more experienced than I am. This is a professional gig. I get there. I do the thing. I do decently. And since I'm not as experienced, I'm too naive to know the money aspect by it, like the payout at the end. And I don't know how I was getting gypped, but supposedly I was, right? You had found out.
Yeah.
And that sucks, dude. And that made me insecure, thinking like, oh, were they taking advantage of me because like was my skill level certain? Did it come off that I was a naive vocalist, and so they took advantage of that?
Nah, it's because they broke boys, and broke boys gonna do what broke boys gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
I love it,
No,
Carlos.
that's actually terrible. I don't judge people based on how much money they do or don't have, because I sometimes have not very much money.
You do this thing where you take 3 steps forward,
Yeah,
and then like 4 steps like back to like make sure that all is well.
yeah. Well, wouldn't that be better than just taking all the steps forward and then someone being like, "Damn, he's a dick," and then they don't know any different?
Your level of self-awareness is impressive. You seem who between the two of you, who's better with parents when meeting like parents?
You're both pretty good. Greg is probably better.
Greg's really good.
Yeah.
What do you mean parents? Like,
Let's say your significant other's parents.
oh.
Let's raise the stakes.
Only done that.
And let's think
time,
generally.
and
Like,
yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I should be pretty.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm a good person, Christian. I'm nice.
I know you are.
I'm nice to everyone I talk to.
I would say my interpersonal savvy is well-rounded. So when it comes to situations where I have to change my communication style, like I'm good at doing that.
And
So-
sometimes if I have to think of vocabulary, I might need to pause my sentence slightly to make sure I said the right thing.
Exactly.
Do you shift your vocabulary depending on who you're interacting with?
Yes.
Yeah,
Let's say it's
everyone does.
yeah. I think it's subconscious and inevitable because I did the same damn thing.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because I know there's people that like are against that. I actually had an ex-girlfriend that was like, "You're different with your friends than you are with me," and I'm like, "Well, no fucking shit. I'm different
Yeah.
with
I
my
know.
friends than I am with you. Like, I'm not gonna be cuddling up on Carlos and being like, 'I love you, baby,' and blah 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 blah." blah.
Maybe that's the next level to our friendship.
No.
We've been friends,
Christian,
guys.
said
We've
it
been
here
friends for
first.
close to 15 years. I think we gotta step it up a notch. Come here,
Yeah.
Carlos.
You busy? That's y'all. Y'all good?
No, we good.
You're the one that answers the door. Hey.
Hey, mailman.
Man, you wearing the shorts today?
Is that my package? But I do, to speak on what we were talking about, I think it's impossible to be exactly the same person that you are around everyone. Because I think instinctively and in terms of survival, we have to shift in order to thrive, right? And we do that subconsciously in social environments, i.e. our friends, and i.e. With significant others' parents and whatnot.
When's the book coming out?
The book is coming out May 17th, 2017. You can pre-order next year, 2023, to receive your shipment 2024.
You heard it here first.
Delayed. The Cybertruck will come first, though. So
You guys can get the Cybertruck?
yes,
I want the Cybertruck.
yes.
A lot of people talk shit.
Greg wants Elon Musk's nuts in his mouth. You can edit that out.
I will
but
take that
that's good for
Neuralink
our-
though.
Yeah.
What's
How
a
about that for
Neuralink?
controversy?
Neuralink to his nuts.
Christian, you don't know what Neuralink is?
No, dude.
Do you
I
know
live
about
under a rock.
the freaking the brain chip that Elon Musk has made?
Wait, is that the thing like where you could start seeing shit through your eyes? Am I tripping?
Yeah, I guess it is the thing where you can start seeing stuff through your eyes. Basically, it's like a chip that connects to your brain that essentially creates you like a cyborg. Like you have the computing speed of a computer, and you could basically like tell your car to turn on or like,
Shut up.
yeah.
But
You
it
should-
doesn't.
You should do some research on it. It's kind of trippy.
That's like I would say that's in the direction of like where Black Mirror.
It's very
Would
Black
go.
Mirror. And so like me and Sule have this thing that we talk about, like communicating on Neuralink would be like we're just like looking at each other.
What?
And then like even in laughing, you'd just be like,
Ha 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 ha.
it's like all it's all in your head.
Would oh my gosh.
Yeah. Neuralink.
Wouldn't that strip away then what would actual social social interaction be without Neuralinks? Like,
I have no idea.
if phones have gotten in the way of how we communicate with each other already, how do you think this is going to impact social interaction in, let's say, 100 years if something like the Neuralink becomes a common form of technology?
Taquitos.
You, Carlos, dude.
Nah, bro, that just seems like a really heavy question to
That
ask.
is a very
like,
heavy question.
To,
bro.
like it
Like,
was
even
with
just
such research
talking about the
involved,
fucking
like
tip of the iceberg.
all this
with Neuralink.
forethought. Like I don't fucking know, bro. Damn,
I'm
like,
curious.
Neuralink in 100 years.
No,
like,
you
yeah,
don't
bro.
have the
We're
answer.
all just gonna like sit like in separate rooms and like
Be fucking duds.
just be duds who like don't move but are like linked to each other. It's like Idiocracy, where the guy had a chair and he's watching a TV show. It's also a toilet at the same time. You'll do all that, but you don't even got to get up.
See, I don't like that. Imagine we're in the future, we could do gigs all through Neuralink. Like, okay, I'm gonna sing. I'm just gonna think my voice to the song. You're gonna think all the chords to the song, and you're just gonna think all the beats to the song, and like that'd be insane.
It could also be you have Neuralink and then you know how to play the piano.
But is that fair? Because what I applaud about you guys, or what people applaud about us as performers, is that obviously that takes a level of practice, time, and dedication.
Is the world of music fair now, Christian? With like people who have no money and go to schools where they can't afford even a basic instrument, can't even afford a bucket to drum on, and then you have people going to Marin Academy of the Arts and some bullshit like that, and they get thousands of dollars in jazz festival venues and all this, like what I'm saying. So if it's like really not even like fair now, what does it matter if they Neuralink us in the future?
Man, they already have that
play
fucking.
piano.
There's that viral video of that fucking robot band.
See, that's scary.
It's like,
Oh, what?
You know what I'm talking about? It's like a drummer and it's got like it's like some metal.
Yeah,
screamo
that
type
band
music.
is dope. They're from the Bay. It's from Oakland, and it's like the guy's drummer and bass player are robots, and then he's a guitar player. I think it's called Captured by Robots. Official video playing now.
You're just telling me to throw it on now?
I mean, you can
got some
cut,
research to
you
do
can
after
cut my
this.
whole intro to the video if you don't want to post it.
No,
but
we'll put the video when I want to put the video up,
Yeah.
and we're putting up the video right now. First of all, motherfucker, on my show, if you want me to put a video up, you say, "Hey, Christian, is it cool if we put a clip of this
I
band
got you, I
playing?"
got you.
You don't say, "And we do it now."
We've both been saying that. Put it on my hand.
Well, this is Greg's like fourth time on the show. He kind of like he's gone through the
I
gone
gotta
through the
get like
ropes.
some like badges or something, like some stripes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Badges like where this is the Boy Scouts. But this is your first time, and you take Tekarishi.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm
Shouts
coming
out
off
to
aggressive.
Raul, manager at Apple Broadway Plaza.
I'll put a clip of him here right now.
I got a picture of it. We can put it in there.
Yeah, facts.
Send it all to me.
He's the homie.
But wouldn't you be pissed if that robot band took a gig of yours? It's pretty dope that they could do that, but also I'm out.
Any gig that would be hiring me, it wouldn't be the type of gig that would want that. But okay, let's say there was a jazz version.
Damn.
Like, yeah. Even if there was a jazz version and like, yeah, the robot jazz band took my gig, I'd be like, okay, so these motherfuckers wanted a robot jazz band for their gig. This is obviously a different niche than where I'm at. I can go find the people who want to hear.
Be the same place that orgy was at.
Yep.
The robot jazz
They should
band.
Just have the robot jazz band. They can
At
play
the
all
orgy.
night long.
Yep.
Okay.
All night.
Keep going. Keep going.
Wait, about what?
I don't know. It looked like you were gonna sing.
Gigs? Oh, I was gonna sing All Night Long by I don't know what Confunction. I don't know who
I think it is
by.
confunction.
I'd like to take this moment to actually Christian, when you're editing this in the future, push in on Carlos. He's gonna sing a solo right now.
I got Pellegrino, bottles all up in my hole.
All up in your hole.
I said my home.
Your home?
Yeah, but if you're trying to get freaky,
You said your
I'm
hole,
not
bro.
with it, but that's okay.
Yeah, what's that?
Christian, when are we gonna do this improv? I'm so hungry, bro, and I do love this show, but I'm hungry.
I was about to get there, dude.
Yeah. Well, it's cool. You don't got to put that in there either.
No, I have to say you've been the rudest guest I've ever had.
Really?
By far.
Told you he doesn't know how to act in front of the camera.
You don't? Is this how you do
perhaps.
not have a camera on in front of you all the time?
No.
You record yourself playing, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Playing with
and even with that, I'm
himself.
like, fuck you, Carlos. Dude.
He said playing with himself. Am I doing it right?
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Yeah. Alcohol doesn't ruin your life. It isn't bad for you and doesn't hurt your liver. Even one bit. Yeah. It's all good. I know you can't hear it because the mic isn't even directional. But that's okay. You can still hear what?
And that's the cold open. I'm using that at the beginning of the episode, fool. You thought you were performing quietly? Guess what, bitch? I'm using all of this motherfucking
That's
shit.
your new theme song for the show.
Alcohol doesn't ruin your life, just ruins your liver. And I know you can't hear it because the mic is off. The mic is off. I don't think that a robot jazz band would ever exist because they wouldn't take the gigs that I would take. Dang. All right, cheers to the birthday boys. I know, I'm sorry. I apologize if I'm a little hostile or aggressive. It's all bits. I'm just trying to assimilate to the energy that you're putting out, Carlos. And Greg, I love you.
Love you too, man.
Carlos, I love you too.
Love you too.
You could be the flower girl at mine and Melissa's wedding.
Wow.
You be the ring bear. How about the ring bear?
No comment. Huh?
No comment on any of that? Carlos, if I actually did show up to your house with like a nice little gift that people usually give when they say like be part of my wedding party. Guys don't really do that. But if I did that, it was really thought out. Had your favorite snacks in it and like had like an XLR cord in it. And it said on the XLR cord in fine print, "Will you be my flower girl?"
Damn. Would you say no?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't care, bro. Yeah, of course, I would do it. Not that I don't care about doing it for you, but I don't care how I'd be perceived for doing that. So then, yes, yeah, the answer is yes.
Guys, he said yes. All right, cheers to Carlos being my flower girl.
But you got to call it flower bouse. BAWSE. Yeah.
Carlos gets the bag. Baddies, Venmo, Carlos. C squared gets the bag and all yo honeys.
Shout out your Venmo real quick, bro.
But what if someone sent him money? That'd be dope. C square beats. Send me money. Fuck it. I don't give a shit.
All right. Bottoms up. We're going to do an improv scene. It could be about anything and everything. It could be about any of the topics that we've talked about on this episode thus far. But then that's it. And then we'll close the show.
Am I allowed to be a dick during it?
You know what? If you were allowed to be a dick for the first 50 minutes of this goddamn episode, you could probably be a dick in this make-up scene.
All right, bet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, highly irrelevant. All right. Carlos Castellblanch, Gregory Sunga. Thank you for signing up to be the testers of the first alpha prototype of Elon Musk's Neuralink. Before we proceed,
Oh, okay, yeah.
sorry, I interrupted.
I'm just excited. I got a lot of questions, but you can continue.
Okay, no. I could completely wait. I'll put the clipboard
Does it go on
down.
the left side or the right side? Because I'd like my right side more. But if it's on the left side, I could probably make that work. I just got to think of like a different haircut, maybe.
Oh, okay, so it's an aesthetic thing that you're talking about.
Yeah,
Okay, are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm ambidextrous.
Okay, so that works out perfectly. You could choose either side.
Okay.
All right, are you going to choose the side?
You can come back to me.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Carlos, do you have any questions before I move on with my agenda?
Can it be installed on the taint?
Seeing that is a very thin piece of skin and very sensitive, I'm going to...
It does make sense, though. It's a little more hidden. Yeah, could you have it installed on the taint?
The wiring would be different because of the synapses having to send signals to your taint to receive information from the Neuralink to your brain. Sorry, gentlemen, if you guys are not serious about this, excuse me. Did you just cough in my face, sir? This is a professional establishment. Okay, I need you guys to act seriously.
Sorry.
All right. So, are you serious about this taint implantation? Or are you just...
No, I'm cool with it on
I
the
was
head.
just wondering, you're supposed to be the expert, so, I don't know why you're asking me if I want it on the taint or somewhere else. You're supposed to know the best place already. That's why we're paying you.
Can we just sign the paperwork already?
Yeah, for real.
all right. I mean, you guys don't want to read the fine print.
Nah, bitch.
This is the... Excuse me, sir. I am...
What's the most important thing to know in the fine print?
The most important thing to know in the fine print is that if there are any severe physical and mental complications that Elon Musk and his underlings are not.
What if I take Benadryl every night because I'm allergic to my dog?
That's okay, and that's completely irrelevant from the Neuralink itself.
Okay. Just
All
making
right.
sure. Benadryl is really strong. I think they changed the prescription. I just remember being a kid and I could stay up, but that shit knocks me out.
Cut to a monologue of Greg being totally self-unaware, talking about Benadryl for another 5 minutes. That's your monologue.
So there I was, ready to take another pop of Benadryl. Looked to my left, and there was that glass of cranberry juice. I took the cranberry juice, took the Benadryl. Little did I know, it was a glass of red wine. So then I was tripping.
All right, cut back to where we are. Greg, are you okay?
Yeah.
All right, boys. If you guys would just continue on. Are you guys good with signing this?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Cut to the waiting room where the procedure and surgery for the Neuralink installation is going to happen.
Neuralink, bitch. Yeah, Neuralink, I'm about that shit. Waiting for the Neuralink in the Neuralink waiting room. That's where you do it, fool. What the fuck you think this is? I don't give a fuck.
Will you have to shave my head where you're going to implant it?
Guys, I don't know what just happened there. Do you realize that your friend just raps out of nowhere? And cut to Elon Musk's office where the guy that's
It's got to be Elon Musk.
where the guy that's getting these installations done goes to. Mr. Musk,
Yes.
I don't know what to do about these two gentlemen that that signed up for the Neuralink Alpha prototype installation. They don't seem to be fit candidates for this.
Well, we started with pigs, so why are they not fit?
One just raps Migos type.
I just changed the design of the Model X.
Exterior. A young boy walks into the room and wants to ask Mr. Musk the question. Ooh, Mr. Musk, I have a question for you.
Okay, little Billy.
Why did your family make all their money from apartheid business operations in South Africa that kept people so poor while they got so much richer and then sent you to do whatever the fuck you're doing now?
All I really remember is my dad telling me to watch the NASA launches. And that's what brought me to create the company SpaceX.
Oh.
And
as the room gets quieter, you see blood coming out of Elon Musk's ear. Because little do we know, he has 10 Neuralinks installed.
Yeah.
He's communicating simultaneously with Joe Rogan, Ho Chi Minh,
Oh. Fidel Castro,
Fidel Castro,
Karl Marx,
JFK,
JFK.
Siddhartha.
Yeah.
direct line to the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
I got MJ on the line too.
And scene. And that's improv, guys. And I don't know what it was, but you guys were some weird ass characters, and I couldn't have asked for anything more.
You had to go the Neuralink route.
Yeah, the Neuralink. You have to. We talked about it. I thought it would be fun. It was fun, and we got it out the way. So, guys, I know we're hungry. I know we just want to get on with the night, so I'm gonna end it here. Carlos, thank you for being a good sport. I know that we were just most of this episode was me and Greg just kind of like getting on your back, but you kind of called upon it ever since you entered the episode with this fictitious persona.
You know, it's performance art, and the performance ends the day I die.
Wow, that's deep. Okay, Greg, if you want to plug where people could find you, any upcoming gigs, you are part of Duo E.X.P with Suleiman.
Correct. Actually got a gig on the 18th, which this bitch ass is sitting in on, I think. He's thinking about it. Porch Fest, San Rafael. I know it's far for the East Bay people, but Duo E.X.P working on a new album. A lot of songs, like almost 30.
Jesus
And
Christ.
now that I've said it out loud, I guess it has to really happen. But yeah, shout out Aiden Nelson, our lovely friend and engineer. Shout out Suleiman. He's not here with us in Tahoe right now, but yeah, duoexp.com. We got a website, www.duoexp.com, at duoexp on Instagram. And we actually put the dots between EXP because people be saying Duo E.X.P.
You're shut the fuck up, really?
Yeah, people just can't. They're not hip enough to catch on, so we had to put the dots.
No, what's the matter with the EXP, huh?
Today.
What's with the dots, huh?
I'm walking here.
Huh.
How do you like
yeah,
them apples?
That's my plug.
Cool. C Squared Beats. Where can they find you? At C Squared Beats?
Yeah. C Square Beats on Instagram. And if you message me there, I most likely won't reply. And it's not because I don't like you, but because I am a piece of shit human.
And he'd rather be looking at McDonald's.
That's where
Probably true.
you will most likely reply if you comment on the comment thread of a McDonald's post.
I will be
It's
there
your best chance of
within
getting
a
in touch with
minute.
Carlos.
That might as well be your direct
and
message.
I will say, wow, this is not really part of the McDonald's
Start your
canon.
message with a post from McDonald's.
And I will reply
Other than that, they can find you in Denver, Colorado, playing the piano
for
somewhere.
another couple months.
All right.
And then we'll be back in the Bay because fuck Colorado.
Oh, you're not having it there.
Nah, it's really nice, but also like fuck it, you know? Like, yeah.
Yeah, we know why.
That's Carlos speaking in ambiguities, taking 3 steps forward and 4 steps back. Love you guys. Baddies.
Love you too.
You can find me at Christian Has Asthma on Instagram. You could follow the podcast at ICBTB Podcast on Instagram. Check out our merch and everything else on ICBTB.com. Email us at ICBTBpodcast@yahoo.com. Yes, I know it's Yahoo. It's silly. And other than that, check if you got a wedding coming up, hire us. And we'll be there. And we'll reform our old wedding band, Jet Lounge.
Jet Lounge.
Lounge.
Didn't we have business cards?
We did have business cards. I think I still have some. We should still hand those out.
Damn.
And that's the way the news goes.
Wubble up dub dub.
Wubble up dub dub.
It can't be that bad.